Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, Mrs. Burns, please.
Mrs. Hallenbeck?
Present.
Mr. Cirillo?
Here.
Mr. Allen?
Present.
Mrs. Bowman?
Here.
Mr. Kovitz?
Here.
Mrs. Lafferty?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Sporny?
Here.
And Mr. Sullivan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Will everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? The board met in executive session this evening prior to this meeting to discuss matters of employment, issues related to labor relations, the purchase or lease of real property, matters related to litigation, and matters related to school safety. Mrs. Burns, any announcements?
No announcements.
Mr. Bowman, Superintendent's report?
Thank you, Ms. Hallenbach. So we are in the process of wrapping up what's been a very busy summer, getting ready to welcome students back next week. This morning, Neshaminy High School held their first orientation for new students, and the second one will be held tomorrow morning. Middle schools are holding orientations on Thursday. Elementary schools will hold orientation for kindergartner and open house for grades 1 to 4 next Tuesday. Our school year starts next Wednesday for grades K, 5, and 9, and Thursday for all grades. Neshaminy High School sports teams held summer sports youth camps over the past few weeks. We had a great turnout for football, field hockey, cheerleading, boys and girls basketball, girls soccer, and volleyball. Many thanks to coaches, staff, and our high school athletes for taking part of their summer to work with our younger players, building their skills and getting them excited about our athletic programs. Fall practices and band camp at the high school shifted into high gear last week, and our fall sports schedule starts this week, including our first football game at the new field at the Ridge on Friday. It's a non-league game against Kensington High School, and kickoff is at 7 p.m. Finally, I want to thank our facilities, transportation, and administrative staff for hard work over the summer, getting everything ready for the new school year. With all the summer programs, construction going on, it's not an easy task scheduling all the maintenance and cleaning that needs to get done. They managed to make it happen, and now our buildings look great. The buses are ready to go. Student schedules and bus routes are being posted on Home Access Center actually this week. Most opened yesterday. When our students show up for class next week, we're ready for them, and we are really looking forward to a great year here at Neshaminy. That's all I have, Ms. Hallenbach.
Thank you, Mr. Roman. On to routine matters. I'd like to make a master motion. Oh. I am. I already checked it off. Is there anybody signed up for public comment?
There were no sign-ups.
Okay. Now, on to routine matters. 2.01 minutes, 2.02 treasurer's report, 2.03 check register and procurement card purchases, 2.04 investments, 2.05 bids, and 2.06 exonerations. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mrs. Bowman. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Sullivan, please. Yes, I am doing 3. I had your name next to that. Batting 1,000 today. Okay, I'd like to make a motion for 3.01 retirements, resignations, end of assignments, and 3.02 appointments. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Sullivan. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Roman?
I just wanted to take a minute to congratulate and welcome Gina Ross to the district. She's here with us tonight. She's replacing Paul Mahoney as our new supervisor of pupil services. So welcome to Neshaminy. We are excited to have you, and we are happy about your appointment this evening. Congratulations.
Mr. Sullivan, now.
Like to make a master motion for personnel certificated, 4.01 retirements, resignations, end of assignments, 4.02 appointments, 4.03 tenure awards, 4.04 leaves of absence, 4.05 revised returns from leave, 4.6 ancillary appointments, 4.08 co-curricular resignations. And I would like to note that under the retirements, resignations, and end of assignments, there's a Brian Helsiel with 32.5 years. And I think I did 4.07, I thought. Did I get 4.07? If I missed 4.07, I'm going to include that in the master motion too.
Okay, there's been a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Thank you.
Second by Mr. Kovitz. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Cerullo,
I would like to make a master motion to approve 5.01 retirements, resignations, end of assignments, 5.02 appointments, 5.03 leaves of absence, and 5.04 revised returns from leave.
thank you, Mr. Cerullo. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Allen, please.
Thank you, Ms. Hollenbeck. I'd like to make a master motion for item agenda number 6, business operations, 6.01 for the 2023 through 2024 school year public board meeting schedule, 6.02 Sunday facility usage, 6.04 our food service adult lunch prices, 6.06 new elementary change order E.R. Stogner for the exterior steps, 6.07 the new elementary change order from Barrow Construction for a transformer, 6.08 contracted services for 2023-2024, and 6.09 it's just settlement agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Sullivan. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Sporny, please.
Mr. Dowling.
Mr. Kelly.
I like that better.
Thank you, Mrs. Tina. I'd like to make a motion 6.03 new elementary school name, whereas having resolved the construction of the new elementary school project at the Maple Point Middle School site and elementary school project, and whereas having received multiple name suggestions for the new elementary school, and whereas the Facilities and Planning Committee has a recommendation for the elementary school name, now therefore be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the name of the new elementary school to be named Core Creek Elementary School.
Thank you, Mr. Sporny. There's been a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0.
Hallelujah. Name the school.
Mr. Rodriguez, 6.05, please.
Thank you, Ms. Hollenbeck. I'd like to make a motion for 6.05, award of construction bids for Pequeston Middle School addition. Whereas having resolved to advertise for and receive bids for the construction of the Pequeston Middle School addition, and whereas having received bids for all prime contracts on June 27, 2023. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of the Neshaminy School District hereby authorizes the District Business Administrator to authorize the attached bids subject to review and approval by the district solicitor in the amount totaling $2,778,513. Files attached.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bowman. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Mr. Irwin, when is that expected to be finished, started and finished?
You know what, Mrs. Hollenbeck, I don't have the finishing date. I think we were hoping to have this done by the next school year, but we are going to begin this fall.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mrs. Bowman, please.
I'd like to make a master motion for 7.01 Targeted Support School Improvement Plan, 7.02 Title I School-Wide Improvement Plan Approval, 7.03 Student Settlement Agreement, and there is one student listed, 7.04 Out-of-District Placements, 7.05 Flexible Instructional Day Application to the Pennsylvania Department of Ed, 7.06 Pre-K Counts Partnership Agreement, 7.07 the 2023-2024 COVID-19 Health and Safety Plan.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Kovitz. Any questions or concerns, comments?
Can I make a comment?
Absolutely.
I just want to make a comment that the Ed Development Committee met back in the spring, and we went over the 2023-2024 COVID-19 Health and Safety Plan, and there are no changes to that. Everything will remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. That brings us to the closing of the meeting. Is there any other board business?
I think Adam seconded that, yeah.
Public comment?
Carlos, where are you?
Everybody's jumping up. Board comment?
Doesn't Jay go first?
Mr. Bowman?
Nothing this summer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman.
Board comment?
I have comments. I'm chatty tonight.
I can see.
Welcome, Ms. Ross. We're lucky to have you. Welcome aboard. And I just wanted to welcome everybody back to a new school year. And good luck. Have a great school year. And I look forward to seeing everybody's accomplishments this year.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. Does anybody else have any comments? Okay. With that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.